Hey everybody, it's Wilson Faircloth, the Peanut Doctor. We've talked a lot about managing peanut diseases with products like Miravis and Elatus and what it takes to have an excellent disease management program. But at some point in the season, we have to decide when is it okay to quit worrying about peanut diseases. Things to think about as we approach the end of the season weather-wise, especially here in the southeast, are going to be tropical weather events. So we know that end of the season weather events are completely out of our control, but they certainly dictate when and how we can terminate our disease management. Well, let's talk about the lead up to that end of the season event, because the lead up is probably more important than the final decision. And one of the best ways, the best analogies we can make about end of the season management is about applying paint to a wall. Now, you guys didn't know that the Peanut Doctor's a pretty good handyman, and occasionally I do some projects around the house that require painting. One of the first things I learned is that if you don't sand the wall and get the first layer of paint just right, there is no paint you can buy, regardless of how expensive it is, that will cover up the mistakes you made the first time. And I think that's a very good way to describe how we manage peanuts. And a good example of this is, let's just say we have a gap at 60 days where we don't do a good job. Well, when it gets out to be 120 days, all of a sudden, we have some disease down in that canopy that kind of went unnoticed and unchecked. Those fungi just breed, and all of a sudden you walk out in the field and you have an exploded population of leaf spot or white mold or whatever the situation may be. If we're going to prevent a gap from occurring in our disease management, then we need to use the best products at the appropriate times, and having Miravis and Elatus around that 60 and 90 day mark prevents us from having any gaps in those areas. We don't want to have any gaps, so that when we do get down to the end of the season and we say, I'm not going to spray anymore, we can walk away from that field with confidence, knowing we've done the best job we could and that we've not left ourselves in any way exposed to the onset of disease.